this summer, I got the great chance to go to France and Belgium, and this video will explain some of the intriguing things that I did over my journey. Look at the belly!
One thing I liked about Paris was there was a lot of public spaces and
It was really artsy-fartsy.
this is the Cathedral Notre Dame. You may know it from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is the Church Sacré-Cœur. Some people refer to it as a pastry with whipped cream on top. I've learned most European cities, they were built before the car and they have been having some problems accommodating modern transportation, but this bus seems to be doing just fine. These are some of the more traditional Parisian buildings. But over here is Centre Pompidou. No, it's Centre Pompidou! And it is a little different from the rest. I'm not sure if I'm still on Earth or on Mars, because it looks kind of alien-like. It's quite controversial. A lot of people think it's ugly, but what really matters is what do you think? Here we have the world-famous Eiffel Tower. And I found a pen in the metro station. Right now, we are in Belgium. See, over on that sign, they have French and Flemish. Flemish is kind of like Dutch. It's what they speak in Belgium. And French. But in France, they had French and English, but now that there's Flemish added, they just kick the English out. So we won't be able to understand anything.
Ne me quitte pas, il faut oublier, tout peut s'oublier, qui s'enfuit déjà, oublier le temps des malentendus et le temps perdu.
Hello, now we're in Bruges, Belgium, and it's quite a touristy city, but we're not in a tourist part of town. And it's still really beautiful. You may notice on the roof there is things that look like stair steps, Those are called Belgian steps. They were used to show wealth in the medieval ages, and they also made it easier to get up onto the roof. Belgium is known for their beer and their chocolate beer. They also love their French fries, and they eat it with mayo. Wow, wonder how they stay healthy. They also like to eat them with mussels. It's their national dish. One of the neat things about Belgium, Bruges, and why it attracted so many tourists, is that it's a very well-preserved medieval town.
De ces amants-là qui ont vu deux fois leur cœur s'embraser, je te raconterai l'histoire de ce roi mort de n'avoir pas pu rencontrer.
Today I was in charge of route finding, and I brought us to this goat farm in the middle of the city. Here's some photos I took of it. This one's called "You're Really Taking a Photo of Me?" This is "Damn, I Love Having Horns." And this is "Thank God It's Friday."
Moi, je t'offrirai des perles de pluie venues de pays où il ne pleut pas. Je creuserai la terre jusqu'après ma mort pour couvrir ton corps d'or et de lumière. Je ferai un domaine où l'amour sera roi, où l'amour sera loi, où tu seras reine. Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas.
Alas, our chapter in Bruges ended, and we flew to Paris. But on the way, we stopped in Canada. Well, Canadian soil. Vimy Ridge is a place in France, but was in World War I. Canada took it from the Germans, and then the French let Canadians keep it. And the Vimy Ridge battle is important because many say it's when Canada became Canada and not just a colony of Britain. We came back to Paris before going on our next excursion and visited the Musée d'Orsay. And some beautiful gardens at the Palace of Luxembourg. And there was this one bookshop that my dad really liked. For our next chapter, we escaped the big city and came to this little town that nobody's ever heard of. It's called Ornans. It's very close to the Swiss border. We stay in the city called Ornans for 2 weeks. And there's lots of hikes you can get to the peak. And it's great if beautiful views what you see. And the whole city's just a nice retreat. Right now, we're in Ornans. It's in France. And we just hiked up onto this beautiful cliff. This area makes good wine, cheese, and chocolate. One more thing, the cities are really dense, and each house is like, here's one house and then here's the next. They're like even together. And the streets are really skinny, and the sidewalks, you're like, here they have very small sidewalks.
That was close.
This is a little bit of Orno tradition. Everyone throws their old baguettes to the ducks. In Orno, there's this one painter called Gustave Courbet who's very famous, but I've never heard before. But like everywhere there's Gustave Courbet stuff. Like here's where Gustave Courbet had a farm. Here's where Gustave Courbet painted his masterpiece. Here's where Gustave Courbet smoked his last cigarette. The area we were staying in was called Le Petit Canada because it was a little more wild and there was lots of good hikes that we went on. And I'm climbing the stairway to heaven, but my legs hurt like hell. I'm still climbing. I'm still climbing. Yes! Yes! Oh no. One thing I've noticed in France is there is a lot of high plateaus with farms, and then on the other side it's like a massive valley.
We've reclaimed La Lune. Very nice. Let's keep it going a little bit as we go into the city.
Today we were driving around and we came to this lovely castle. It's called Castle Clairon. Right now we're at a really nice castle, and it's built here because it is right near the Swiss border, and so they need a castle to protect the rest of this area from Swiss invaders. And also it's up on the hill, and so people could see warriors coming towards them if they were coming towards them. We came to a bigger town called Besançon, and right now we are on a really nice citadel that overlooks the town, and it's a really big one too. I wonder if this fence is electric. Should I try it? This was made by a guy named Vauban for the King of France, I think it was Louis the 14th, and then some Austrians, what are they called?
The Habsburgs.
The Habsburgs, Austrian people came and fought and took the chateau before it was finished, but then Vauban led an attack on it, and he knew all the weak spots, so he could sneak up on them and then just... And also he mounted some cannons up on a hill, probably that one, and then they could shoot over the river, and they took this place back. And then Louis the 14th, he was like, "Ooh, we can't have any more Austrians breaking in," and so he got Vauban to make it pretty much invincible. We also saw animals there. We also had a nice time just wandering around the town of Besançon. Right now, we're at some beautiful waterfalls, so did you? And that, like, just over there, what you see behind me is actually in Switzerland. And you see the smaller waterfall, that's in Switzerland. And then the one with more water, that is in France. God shines on those who are shiny. One of the really good things about Arnold was we made some great friends, and so we could know about the local culture. We unfortunately had to leave Arnold, but on our way back to Paris, we stopped in Dijon, which actually isn't all about mustard. We're in this town called Dijon, and there's a lot of cool old buildings, like medieval. Dijon was the home of the Dukes of Burgundy. I'm the only one that's still alive. Ha ha! Now we've reached our final chapter, a few more days in Paris. Oh, wow! What a nice place! Just enjoying a nice normal day at the hotel that we're staying in. This is Palais de Versailles. It was, I can make that sound, it's like shh. But it was the castle, the palace of Louis the 13th and 14th, and it played a significant role in the French Revolution because it's like the Trump Tower of the olden days. This place is really pimped out. We're in the Hercules room. Big fireplace. And big painting. had dinner out at a really snooty French restaurant, but they had good fish, only a little bit on the salty side. We also stayed in Airbnbs, which was good for learning more about Parisian cultures instead of staying in some hotel that looks exactly like in Canada. And finally the story ended and I flew home.